I wanna nima Jesus. I wanna nima Jesus. I wanna nima Jesus.
Washington Civil, we're happy to be in your house. Chairman, our most handsome, dogged, reliable emperor of the universe and the chairman of our party, who we know will drive this party and driven it from where it was to the primary level or to the primary to success of the election. Amen. What people have seen here today is a demonstration that Washington Civil is a dogged politician. Sure. We didn't tell him we were coming here. This is an impromptu arrangement, but we are here. We have seen caliber of people who are tested and trusted, people who know, we know very well that they can bulldoze and crack rock, water will come out in politics. We are rest assured that Owdoolamper local government is a take home.
Yes, sir.
I want to assure you that the candidate will speak to you is a man of few words, and the words are piercing. When they are said, they pierce to the heart, and even the heart has translucent glasses when they are moving through the glasses. Yeah. So, I can vouch for him. Why I'm able to say this, because I know in my life, I follow the footsteps of my father. My father said, it is better you see my father die here than my father ran away from here. So, because I know I have integrity, I can vouch it anywhere. This man, a distinguished senator, a man that have come to create wonders and change the narrative of our political history in Edo Central. Since we came to APC, we have not been able to break that record. From nowhere, he came, he had never been a councillor. In fact, group went to him to beg him. He don't like contesting election, but he likes supporting people. People said, no, you need to come. You are a man without blemish. This one will come, they will say he has stains. This one will come, knows a lot of stains. This one has offended this, offended that. But with you, we have seen that even when you are naturally a dark man, but the way people look at you, you are as white as snow. For that reason, come and contest. We believe we cannot win election without the Owdoolamper local government. And I believe you will give it to us. And you give it to the party and give it to yourself. On this note, I want to assure you that we are together in this boat, and we will do it and take Edo finally to the state of Owdoolamper.
The former speaker, Honorable Washington Civil, my very good friend, a man that inspired me to start reading law now. You see, APC in this state is back. On the 15th of January 2024, at about 3 a.m. in the morning, when the former chairman of the party resigned his position as the state chairman of the party, that was the day APC won back to Saturday. So that was the day I became the chairman of the party.
Yes.
And I will always say, and I'll be saying it, that my stake of wanting to win is higher than that of the candidate. The reason is because when the news of my being the chairman of the party broke, there was quiet in government house. My elder brother called me, and returned. He's with the governor. He called me and told me, is this true? I said yes. He said because the government house now is quiet. Because they know that instead of passing my gate to the house, I prefer to climb the fence. Instead of passing through the door, I prefer to go through the window.
Yeah.
And I've always told people. I've always told people that as I speak today, I am carrying my BP anywhere I go now. You know why? It is because we now have peace. After the primary, we are settled.
Yes,
we now have peace. When there is peace, that is when my BP goes up. When there is problem, when they are running up and down, so doing all sorts of things, that is when my BP becomes normal. So I know that very soon the election will come. My BP will be normal. When we will be running up and down to put Obaseki and his resemblance. That's where it will die. Who is a confirmed man that I just confirmed today. We are going to pour them out of this state. I have told them, as long as I have senior lawyers like Washington behind me, I know in this campaign we are going to do, you know I'm very blunt. There are going to be a lot of libel cases against me, and I'm ready for them. So I can use this my mouth to say anything, because I just said, as well as a confirmed man.
Yes.
Like so many people. So, what I'm trying to say is that the party has brought up somebody who will be able to win this election for us. Because the state right now, what they need is somebody like the candidate we have in Owdoolamper. The reason why I'm saying so, there has been disconnect from the people, the government of the day. There has been a disconnect between the government of the day and the people. The reason is because of Queen's English. They don't understand. People don't understand Queen's English. English will end you to MOUs.
Don't understand.
And people never now we need somebody who can speak Pidgin English fluently.
Yes.
Who can speak Benin language and understand it.
Yes.
Who can also speak Esa fluently and also speak Afemai and understand it. That is the person we are looking for. The other people don't know how to speak Pidgin.
No.
The other people don't know how to speak Benin. They don't know how to speak Esa. They don't know how to speak Edo. How will they be able to communicate with the people? How will the market woman in urban market be able to communicate with such people? Other than they will bring a translator. By the time they are translating to them, they will not know that the urban market that is there, they have concessioned it to another company that and now be collecting money on top of their head and increase their tax. We need somebody who feels the pain of the people, because it is only when you understand the language and you speak the language, that is the only way you can feel the pains of the people. If not, an Ibesai would have been able to understand a lot of things around it, but he does not hear. He cannot also talk. Today, we have somebody who understands the language of Ibesai from Edo, who understands the problem that is prevalent in Anegbete, Akoko Edo, all the nooks and crannies of Edo State. So we have everything embedded in Senator Monday Ubewolo.
plenty water dey Akpakomiza. Plenty water dey.
I want to tell you people. I want to tell you people a story. Just a story. You know, as at the point the primary started, I was the deputy state chairman, and parties were not allowed to take side with anybody. But there was a day when he came to Edo North, he came to Auchi specifically, because he was invited to the church by the bishop. He now called me and asked me if I was going to follow him. I said, yes, I will follow you now. You know, church, let's go. So I followed him. Today is Easter Monday. This was the dress I was wearing that day. That's the reason why
You wore it
I wore the dress today. After the whole program, he made a very huge donation to the church. The church were happy. So the bishop now said, they now called him to the altar. The bishop prayed for him and handed over rosary to him. Romeo was with us. The same thing. So I now went up to see the bishop. That was the day. Maybe recently people have been seeing me with this rosary.
Yes.
The bishop gave me the rosary. He told me, he said, wear this rosary and follow him anywhere he goes to.
Yeah.
That was the day I broke the party ranks. Whether the party says this or not, whether they are going to say I'm taking side or not, I decided to follow him. This thing I'm saying, this is the first place I'm saying it.
And you also said in my house.
Yes.
We have always said that this election is not going to be the way they do it, because this time around I'm the state chairman.
Confirm.
We have leaders of this party that have reaffirmed their decision to work together. We have our national leader, Comrade Adam Soshomole. We have the former deputy governor, Owdoolamper. We have Pastor Osagi Ezeyamu. We have our war general, General Sese Sekaibu. We have another war general, General Charles Ariabe. We have our former deputy governor, Imaswe. We have a lot of these our leaders, Malika Fedboa, all of them, Orogide, all of them. Where you see all these people, is there anybody that can be? I'm very confident the reason why we have been having hiccups, why we have been having problems, is because when the machine wants to work and there is a clog in the wheel, it might drag. But the clogs, every other thing in the wheel is off it. And I'm sure every one of you saw the day, even when the deputy governorship thing was creating problem, the day it was resolved. And I will tell you the way they resolved it. It was just the name. Because work starts on Monday. And if work is going to start on Monday, where is that work starting from as a governor? Dennis Osadebe Avenue. That was why they gave to Dennis. So that day, the peace was achieved.
Yes.
And that day we decided that Osadebe Avenue, we will unlock it by ourselves and resume. Because we will win election. The day we win the election, the day they announce result, they will always announce results on Sunday morning. Yes. That is the day we will not wait till the day. To end it all, I want to send another clear message to Obaseki. Obaseki, we don't have problems. But if you bring problems, there is no problem.
First of all, let me appreciate you because I gave you a call to tell you how to your house. I told you were sorry. I said, please, I'm coming to your house. And within a few minutes, gathered a lot of people waiting for us. We even met a lot of food. People are eating happy because you are a good man. Yes. Let me tell you, when we were contesting this election, the only fear I had was you. You are a youth. You are somebody who I know very well. My friend, and somebody who also married from my place. Yes. So, how can I fight my... That is where the fear was, because by the time we start fighting, maybe you say, no, I don't want your daughter, they come and take. It's already second hand, I don't know. I wouldn't know what to do with that. So, thank God, you actually stepped down for us so that things will move forward. I'm not here to make speech. I'm here to thank you. Because Edo as a state deserve a new look. We have to change the narrative together. We have to work together to make Edo a great place for all of us to even our born children. Let me tell you, if you look at what is happening in this state, it's like we have no government in the state. Yes. Because why? They don't have passion. They don't care about this city called the city. They don't care about the affirmance. They don't care about the visions. What they are interested in is in the pocket and their personal things. Change it and we make it do a place that everybody will want to come in, a place that people will envy. A few weeks ago, I was in Bayelsa. I was in Akpakomiza. I saw what happened there. The only good road that we have in Benin City now is the one that is constructed. I cannot really see the one that is a signature of Obaseki. So we will not make mistake again. We will not make mistake again. Now, if you look at the way Obaseki came, he flew from Lagos to land at our airport in Benin. The second one he's doing is also flew from Lagos to land here. And none of these people grow up here. They cannot speak our language.
Not at all.
They don't feel the pain I feel, the pain the common man on the street feel. They live in high-brow places in Lagos. And they just believe that we are in a business class community. So anything they want that is here in Benin, anything that is here in Edo State, they will have to take it and give it to the business class and to elite themselves. Right. So they are not interested in let us do this, let us do that, let us give our people water, let us provide good education, because they don't belong here. So that is why we are here to change the narrative. Just here to say thank you for the support that you're giving us and the more support that you are still going to give. Also let you know that this election is something that is a must-win election. Thank you and God bless you.
First, I'm privileged to. I fear God. I'm a believer. When you said it is better to obey God rather than men, you are very, very correct. Please continue to obey God. He can only lead you right. And ultimately, everybody is it. That is what you have done. It's very super proud of you. You already said it that the bishop should follow him wherever he goes. It means that you are a road maker. Please, always make the road
clear.
I think you are a foreigner. It is written, he that is greater than I will come. John the Baptist came first, Jesus Christ came next. You are the John the Baptist to clear the way.
Messiah. What a wisdom.
The Messiah is coming. He's an uncommon child.
Yes,
I'm telling you, he's an uncommon child.
Very
good. People with the grace, they carry uncommon grace. Don't stop them. Let them continue their journey. Ultimately, you will be the one to benefit.
Amen.
Let us respect the choice of God.
Yes.
You heard what my leader said just now. Distinguished Tiger himself. He said he was the one most persons saw as the least. But don't also forget that God says one thing, he doesn't lie. Like men, he said the last.
Yes.
But what has been said today spiritually, you see that his emergence as our candidate is spiritual.
Yes.
Was heavenly blessed and earthly ordained.
Yes.
The chairman himself said so.
And confirm.
The man who is my leader, the G14 senior man, also said so. And when my governor, my brother, O1 Edo, was also going to say the person who feared most was yours sincerely, Washington. But the truth is that you know that 2 years before now, the comrade here and I, my senior colleague here, he was one of those who some of us started advocating Mr. Chairman for his son term of this 2 years ago. I said it on national TV, national forum to say, listen. But when it got to a time, we also felt that we have to fight for our party. When you people, the party said there was no if there's no voting, there is free for all. Okay, there was okay into the forum. It's okay. You never can tell. We can struggle and have it. However, while we were asking, we were still saying it. Only the party, what the party says. We just want the party to win. Thank you for making yourself available.
Wow!
God bless you. I'm one of those who started this project. I'm one of those who encouraged me to come to the race. I know what we went through when we were encouraging me to come. Say not the come. My true, if you tell me contest, say not the contest. That's what job. Because anything that is given to me is just okay. It's a man with few needs. Okay? You will never change. I know you can never change. Let the love for you have for the people always pave way.
Amen.
This will not be the last.
At all.
It is the beginning of new things, good things that will happen to you. God bless you.
La awogo nu gyoto ligera ti aye. Eto poto riga poto. Eti riga pomo.
Akpakomiza the great.
Eto bi mo no ni bi esede.
Wow.
E do me na bi mo do pe bolo na go me o. Gyoto ligera. Yeah.